scheduled meeting of the Fremont Town Council to order. Welcome, everybody. First item on the agenda is approval of minutes. This would be for the January 20th, 2026 meeting. Any additions or corrections?
So move to approve the minutes.
I have a motion by Bill to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second by Ashley. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Claims, payroll, comp time, fund and appropriation reports. Any questions? Do I have a motion to approve? Have a motion by Scott. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Barry. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Old business. DLZ updates. Todd?
Thank you. The First Street project, API is actually on site doing this potholing, getting ready. So they're planning on starting to dig starting Monday. So they'll put in all the storm sewer first and then come back and start working on the roads and sidewalk. Their goal is to pave as soon as the asphalt plant's open in the spring, so that's good. As far as the SRF application, I'll jump back to that for item 2, but overall cybersecurity scan has started, and we're continuing on the PER and the asset management plan to be able to submit that application by the end of March. So, and with that, like I said, I'll jump back to that. In item 2, the only other thing would be the project that we applied for CCMG back in October, and that has reached out and said go ahead and bid that project out to see how much it would come in at. So the motion for tonight would be approval to advertise for that project. And we would advertise on February 24th and March 3rd. And the bid opening would be Friday, March 13th at 10 a.m.
So you're working on 2 action items.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, first action item is the signatory resolution for the SRF.
I can jump back to that one if you want.
Pardon?
I can jump back to that one. If you want.
All right, jump back to it.
Okay. So as far as the SRF application, yes, we would like approval for the signatory resolution. Just states being able to submit that application and for Linda to be able to sign that as council president. So that's the first motion.
Motion.
So move to approve the SRF and signatures by,
Okay, I have a motion by Bill. Do I have a second? I have a second by Ashley. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
And then the second one with that would just be council authorization for us and Kathy to coordinate with Baker Tilly on the financial portion of that asset management plan for the water.
Okay, so we're asking for a motion for council authorization for the clerk to work with DLZ to coordinate with Baker Tilly to complete the financial portion. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
I have a motion by Scott. Do I have a second? Second by Ashley. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
And then, yes, the third motion would be approval to advertise for the street project.
Do I have a motion for advertising?
So moved.
I have a motion by Barry. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Bill. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
And then waive second reading. No, this one, we don't. Okay, thank you for asking.
Any questions on the dates listed there as far as the PER application? Okay, great. Thank you.
Anybody else have questions?
Thank you.
Easy breezy. Thanks, Todd. The next item on the agenda is a Bobcat purchase.
Yes. I'll speak for the.
Okay, we're gonna talk about a Bobcat purchase. So we have two of them here.
Yep, so the program that we're enrolled in currently with Bobcat, they're going away from that program and basically moving everything into a track machine lease, so to speak. Those two quotes represent the price that would cost to basically buy a machine and stay with that machine rather than leasing it for per year. So I guess it'd be our recommendation that we stick with the Bobcat and move forward to the track machine rather than the wheel loader that we have currently.
So you wanna get away from the one-year program and do an outright purchase.
Right.
Questions?
I guess I'm confused. You want to purchase, so you're recommending you guys would like to see the Bobcat
Right.
rather
So,
than the John Deere?
yeah, right now we have the program where we own the machine currently, but we get a new machine yearly. It's like a.
Okay, so you're just sticking with, just upgrading the one that we've got.
Right, yep, to a track Bobcat.
But the one that you have is turned in, and that's why this one has got a trade-in value, correct?
Right,
So it's
so by
turned
trading
in,
that one in, we would in turn get the track
and
machine.
that's Green Mark at $37,443.20.
Both of them had it. That Bobcat one had it on there too.
But the other one's
Or
$34,995.
should be the Bobcat.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other questions on that?
Motion to approve the purchase of the Bobcat for $34,995.
We have a motion for purchase of a Bobcat for $34,995. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Scott. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. New business, utility credits.
Yes, you have your normal monthly credit, and then you have one that's an adjustment, and then another one, and I think you saw a picture on that where you could tell what the faucet was.
Okay, we have the normal, and there are two other adjustments, one for a broken outside spigot, and the other was adjustment due to the meter not importing the correct info. Any questions? That was probably the nicest letter I've seen.
It was very nice.
It was, wasn't it? Asking for an adjustment. Do I have a motion to approve the monthly sewer credits?
Move to approve the monthly sewer credits as presented.
I have a motion by Ashley, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Scott, all those in favor?
Okay.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next is the INET contract license agreement. This particular agreement is for housing the hub in the town hall basement. And the town receives a discounted internet rate, which has went from $125 down to $90. And this is actually a 3-year contract. And it also has a whole harness in it.
Yeah, like now it does.
Now it does, thanks to our attorney. Thank you so much, I noticed that. Any questions on that license agreement with INET?
My only question was reading through it, I mean, it's not a huge discount, and we're paying for electricity to run there.
We actually were paying $125 a month, so now we're
And they
down
took
to
us down
$90.
$35.
But we're still, okay, but we're still paying for electricity. I mean, I like the little bigger discount. They're making a lot of money, to be honest with you.
And it's our power.
Yeah. I understand.
Here's a picture.
Yeah, it's nice, it's a great cabinet, but
It's a nice cabinet.
Yeah.
Any other comments or questions? Do I have a motion to accept the license agreement with the INET? I have a motion by Scott, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Ashley, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Aye.
I'm sorry.
So we have 3-2.
3-2, okay.
The next item on the agenda is the casino. Our commissioner is here, Andy Laughlin. Thank you very much for coming. I went over this, spent quite a bit today going over it. This to us, putting Andy on the agenda is for anything that you've read, any questions that you may have. He's here to answer.
To the best of my ability.
He's gonna do his very best.
Yeah.
I will start. I do have a couple of questions. Looking at this, a portion of the casino's profits is mandated to be paid back into the community, which can help to offset taxes.
Correct.
These funds are directed to the state, the county, the regional economic development, and in grants to nonprofits. And the way that is set up, it's by local distribution agreements. My question would be, is there a formula when they do those local distribution agreements so that a certain percentage goes to the state, certain percentage is set aside for
There's no-
grants, et cetera?
There's no true formula yet, but we will take into account everybody's local agreements and maybe do an average of that. For example, I think Allen County's, what they're proposing is, or were, I don't know if it's changed or not, but they had like 40% to help the homeless in the city of Fort Wayne. Well, we don't really have a homeless issue that would require 40% of that. That's a lot of money. So, we will take probably to the counties that are similar to ours and model our local agreements after that. So there's no percentages right now that we're talking, but everybody will get a piece of the pie.
So is a lot of times it's based on the needs of the county to a certain extent?
No, I think the county will get some, the city of Fremont, town of Fremont will get some, city of Angola will get some, just right off the bat. I think generally that money will go possibly into your general fund. But then on top of that, you also have your local agreements with your community foundations and then your not-for-profits and all. So there's a lot of, and schools,
Libraries.
libraries, yeah, a
YMCAs,
lot of,
et
yes,
cetera.
exactly. So a lot of that will be worked out, but there's no, our intentions would be to have that all worked out, obviously, before the referendum on who's getting what percentage and how it's gonna be divided up. So yes, and you want that in place, because that's something that the gaming commission takes into account too, that you are, properly sharing the wealth. If you will.
Well, I know in the paper the other day, there was a transparency, it was in Saturday's paper as far as the opinion page,
Mhm.
and it said a casino would increase the need for utilities, electricity, natural gas, water, sewer. So by doing that, it creates more of a demand with infrastructure costs.
Correct.
And according to this particular article, it said the cost of that infrastructure is borne by the customer, correct?
That
It's not
is,
something that's gonna come through for the town of Fremont to pay.
I think all that could be worked out. We don't even have a location yet, really. I mean, we know, we've got a good idea. We're looking at that 69, 80, 90 corridor. But the reality is the pinpoint was north of Allen County and DeKalb County. So, you're gonna have, if it does come our way, they're gonna be looking at that whole corridor, probably along 69, looking for their best location. That's dependent on where those amenities are coming from, or the utilities will be coming from. And until we know that, we really don't have an idea of the needs. So that's a hard question to answer. I've heard a lot of that discussion. But, you know, just to make that decision now, it's hard until we have a location and know the overall needs of that facility. We really can't answer that question. But I mean, we do see it, whether it's, you know, you're talking a half $500 million investment and up to 800 jobs, whether that's a casino, Amazon fulfillment factory, or, you know, a pencil making factory. That's all part of economic development. So that's all the stuff we do have to take that into consideration when looking at that stuff.
Well, and hopefully others read the website as well. I thought it was well done as far as going on there, and I read it from beginning to end. And it said it's been stated that the casino aligns with the long-term vision for Steuben County. So just as something generic, what is the long-term vision of Steuben County?
Well, I think we do know our place, right? We've got a lot of tourism in this county. You know, we go from residents of 35,000 to 135,000 in the summer of the county itself. So I think it kind of lines up with what we are as a county. You know, we've got a lot of influx of people coming in, going out, leaving. So I think this is just a possible piece to add to that vision.
So I guess when you go to the very end of the website and the overall view says where it will stabilize tourism year-round, it will be consistent revenue, because now a lot of the revenue in the county is based on seasonal.
Yep.
Plus the fact there are offering more full-time employment. So overall view would tie in with the view of Steuben County.
Great. And I would ask that any of you please reach out to any other towns or cities that do have casinos in them. Not necessarily tribal casinos, because tribals are different than, you know, state ran or state licensed casinos. But the ones that do have state licensed casinos in them, please reach out, talk to them. We've been doing it a lot. I know our sheriff's reached out to a lot, and you know, if there's any issues, we'd like to know about them. But our feedback has been nothing. Has been positive, and also with schools. Like, reach out to any schools that are in those counties as well. So.
And you know, I was surprised to learn that there's 14 casino licenses in the state of Indiana. And this one is not necessarily a sure thing that license would be transferred, because they may look at it from the other portion, that they may make another license.
Correct, that's all being
Exactly.
done down the state. And either way, you know, it would look the same to us, because if they move that license, it's gonna be an open bid, just as if it would be a new license. So that's, I think, kind of between the gaming commission and the existing license holder. You know, whatever's going on there, I don't know, but either way, it's gonna look the same on our end.
My only comment, and maybe it's already being done, I would love to see, and I would open up the school and auditorium to have the county commissioners and whomever else just kind of have a public meeting. And just, you know, because I don't want to read Facebook.
Yeah.
I don't want to, you know, read these different things in our little warriors on Facebook. Just hear it from the people, you know.
We will, once we get, well, obviously, once we know what the bill looks like, because it's been changed, and, you know, so once we get to that point to where that gets out of the, you know, out of the state house, then we can start making those meetings and understanding what we need to have done. But until we have that, it's hard to for us to, you know, pinpoint too much stuff down.
Right.
And then also conversations of location and stuff like that as well. Once the operators start looking around.
Sure. And just please know that Fremont would open up the auditorium for a public.
We appreciate that. Yeah. I mean, I think right now the information we have out there is what we have. Like, we're not hiding anything by any means. That's what we have, and that's what we know. So.
Any other comments or questions? My thought would be to entertain a motion of support of this particular process, to put it as far as a referendum on the November ballot. Do I have anybody that would like to enter a motion for that? Which gives us support from the council as far as the referendum and the process itself.
Yeah, and you're not the first one. We also have Angola, the Fremont Chamber, Angola Chamber, and, we would have multiple other letters of support. So this is just kind of help add on the pile. But we thought since it could possibly go, this would be the nearest town to where it could possibly go, that it would be nice to have letter support.
Is that
Uh,
that's a yes, you
that
want
would
to
be-
enter that motion
Yes, I will.
in support of the process for a
In support
referendum on
of
the
the
ballot?
process for referendum for the November ballot.
I have a motion for support of the process. Do I have a second?
Second that.
Second by Scott. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries for supporting the process to continue to keep us informed. So,
Thank you.
anything else, Andy?
No, do you have anything else for me? You yelled at me for not showing up enough, so I'm
You are always welcome.
Well, I tried to, I did come from city before I was in county, so I did try to keep in touch, but not too much, because where I come from, if a county guy came around, then they'd probably run him out of town, so.
We like to stay in touch.
Okay,
Okay.
I might,
We're on a couple boards together, so I
Yes.
see you anyway.
yep.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is the dog park. The signs are done, the signs are up. We're going to order one more sign to go on the south side of the fence, because unbeknownst to us, there was a sign there. So we need to put another one of these restrictive on that side as well, so it's uniform all the way around. The cameras will be going in come spring or when the weather breaks. So I think we should have a what?
So the sign that is on the south side currently is on a gate that does not connect. So we want to move that over to the actual fence, is that right? Is that what you're thinking?
I would say we could, to move it off the gate. Yeah,
That's the one on Water Street.
Yes. Right now it's on the section that basically blocks the skate park, but doesn't connect to the actual dog park fence.
I mean, right, I just think it should be uniform down there, because that's the next thing we would get question answered. It's not uniform. They didn't see the sign,
Yeah.
so.
And one other thing, apparently somebody didn't like the closed signs or something, so they went into the dog park apparently. So just a FYI on that.
They got the lock.
No, they didn't cut it, but the locking mechanism, apparently if it's forced hard enough, will move. So I guess they're using it.
So that needs to be fixed.
You can't really fix them.
No, I
Can
mean,
you just, one way to
unless
do
you
it,
weld
chain
it.
it.
Or chain it, yeah.
Happens at the school too.
So do we have a motion to unlock and open the dog park?
Make a motion.
Motion by Scott to open the dog park. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ashley. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item on the agenda. No parking area. Do you want to wait until we get to the police report, or would you like? Oh,
No, because that was,
let's hear it.
that area that we're talking about from North Street, north to Michael Street is after they came in and redone, it's very restricted. we're getting more and more people into the apartments, so they're parking on the street, but what's happening is we have semis going up and down that all the time. It's a very busy street, kind of like Coldwater Street, and no different than, it's 827 extended at times of the amount of travel, because it's, when Music Fest happens, it pushes all of that traffic on the side streets. So if you look at it, it's a very congested area. To help with, keep from accidents, not oversized vehicles, but vehicles with larger mirrors, we have them, they hit quite a bit, or they hit the cars on the side of the road parked anyway. So it'd be a consideration to clean that area up, to make it no parking. We discussed too, of actually, if you felt comfortable, just taking it all the way up to the town limits with no parking. Because everybody has parking off street in that
That's the
area.
only place they park there anyways, is right there.
Yeah, and the other places, up by McNaughton's law office, where it's a little bit wider, they're not parking there. It comes down to whatever's convenient. So to help us not be able to have vehicles being hit, it's too tight and congested. It would help with the street department when they plow, also to be able to get that snow off of the road. In the summertime, once more traffic picks up, that is a very traveled road for people that are not even in our community, that go up north to partake in some other businesses and then go back to. Yeah, we walking on back to Fremont.
If we would stop it at Michael's, then do you think those folks would just go north of Michael's and?
They would park on the side of the grass, most likely, in Scott's property or the other neighbor on the other side, and continue stacking up. So that would be a consideration, is we go down there and take a look, do we just want this area, or do we want the whole area all the way up to the town limits, no parking?
And that's one of the things that Joe and I had spoken about, because we have had a couple complaints, multiple complaints actually, on the parking there, and, if you stop it at Michael, then they'll just go right, I mean, that's close enough that, so if you just take it all the way out, then there's no question, even though nobody's parking there now, and that way there's no question that you can't. That's what you did when you did on Coldwater Street, you just took it all the way out to Oak, so there wasn't any question.
Well,
So when you say North Wayne, are you talking both sides of the street?
Mm-hmm.
And those apartments each allow for 2 vehicles in the drive.
You could do one in the garage and probably 2 deep.
So
Depending on-
3 if you
Actually,
use the garage.
I'm afraid they're gonna start parking in their yards, but I guess that's on the landlord, and I don't think.
You can't park on the sidewalk,
Yeah.
I mean, the sidewalk there is more of a curved sidewalk.
They're parking in the yard at times anyway, when, there's at least 3 or 4 cars in a driveway. But it was never designed for that.
I know for a fact, when I come off North Street, if I turn to go north, and if I have any of my trailers on or anything, I can't do it. I gotta wait for all them, because they swerve around them cars, and there's no way that you're coming off, even in a little car, it's hard to make that turn, so. I totally agree with whoever was complaining about it.
So what would we have to do to go?
You have to amend the
You'd have to,
parking ordinance, traffic
Right.
ordinance,
Do we need a
So
motion to
this-
do that?
motion.
To go from Spring Street to the town limits?
There's you from,
No parking on either
Both
side?
sides.
do we have an issue with Mr. Fremont on that? Because they park out in front of his place all the time.
he actually does not have that business any longer, he's closed it down, he's the public
So
defender.
the existing parking ordinance, that's what we'd have to
Okay.
amend.
There it is.
So I would move to have Kurt amend our original existing parking ordinance from Spring to town limits On both sides, or Charles?
On both
Both
sides.
sides. Tell me.
It says Charles.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't interrupt your motion.
No, it's okay, just wanna make it right.
That's good.
Could,
Go ahead.
could we look, I mean, there's probably other instances of places around town, but if you're coming off North Wayne and turning on North Street, my street, whoever lives in that house right there, they have a tendency to park way back. So, once again, if I have a truck or my trailer, or even my truck, and try to make that turn, I can't. I have to wait for another car to pass, but they're behind me on North Wayne Street, because they're right there. So I don't know if we could maybe do something that you have to be so far away from the curb, or the corner, or
There,
is there already something in
you
there?
can, there is that in a couple
Usually they're
of
15,
spots.
15 to 20 foot on most of them, but that could be, since when they redone the sidewalks, the curbs,
Yeah,
and I think it probably just scares people anyway, but it makes it tighter. Because they used to be able to pull actually over into the right of way and be fine, but now they're actually taking up a driving lane when they park.
I think there's a couple, streets that have where you can't park within 50 feet, the vehicle can't be over 60, because there's another one down there on the corner of, Hardy and Broad Street that's really hard to see around as well. So I think if you did put that in there where it's 50 feet back from there, since we do have
Maybe
a
that
couple
should
spots, that
happen
might.
too.
Mhm.
it just kills me, is because he's got a 2-car driveway, he won't use it, parks on the road.
Can I also add to my amendment?
Yeah, go ahead.
That we order signs from Andy, so when the ordinance is approved, we can get signs posted and get it
And be
done.
ready for it.
Yes, ma'am. That's my amendment.
And I will, maybe you can just share with me later clarification on this 50-foot. I've got that, no parking, no sides on the sides of the street from Spring to Charles, but I don't understand what you're telling me to do on this 50-foot back issue.
Do you know what streets have that on there now?
We'll just tomorrow measure.
You can give me some.
That way we can see, will 50 feet work, or do we need to go more,
Or
or
you give it to me. Thank you.
we'll get it done this week.
The Hardy Street, South Wayne Street intersection, when there is groups at the Legion, they're parking right up to the corner.
Oh, yeah. It's
And
marked.
it is dangerous. I see so many closed
It's
cars.
also painted.
It is painted, they just
It shows they can park there too.
Yeah, and it's, yeah, before they redid it, it was striped because the town did it, back and extra parking. And then when the state redid that, they brought it up closer, and it's not very far off the intersection.
We will-
Right, letter.
So do I see,
Ask
maybe
them
the
to-
motion is, that, we authorize Kurt to amend the existing parking ordinance, no parking ordinance from Spring Street to, Charles Drive, and to authorize Joe to look at some of these intersections where they might need to be 50 foot back over the next week to get that information to Kurt,
Yes.
to order the signs so that they will be ready to go
To
when.
include it.
Okay.
You,
You got that? That's what
that
That's
was,
what he
yeah.
said.
That's what he said, yes.
Word for
I'll
word.
second, yeah, word for word.
Completely agree.
Do we have a second?
Yes.
We have a second from Ashley. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Fire. Oh, no fire. Police report?
Same thing, since he's not here, any money that you're gonna give to him, I'll take. But unless you have any questions, nothing bad to report.
Okay, you've been cleaning out and
Yeah, I can actually
organizing and
find things now.
good job. Zoning. Nothing to add to the report we have. Zoning. Street,
Nothing to add.
water,
Nothing to add.
wastewater, park. Anything other Again, thank you very much for coming, answering our questions.
Anytime, thanks for having me.
Okay, we'll see you next month.
It's easy now since they're on the same day as our commission meeting. String along.
Anything else? Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
Second. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion adjourned.